Hi Pisces, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and any cross watchers, always welcome. Let's see what Spirit has for you today, what's coming, what's next in love, what is going on around you. So let's call in our spirit guides. Let's see what they have at this time. Welcome back, everybody. Let's see. Welcome to anybody that's new. What is coming towards us? What is next in love? Any energy that's around us that we need more guidance for? Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages at this time. I'm listening for you now. I have power. The power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. So nothing like a magnetic pull. Nothing like I can't get enough of you. Okay, that this feeling of what is wrong with me. You start obsessing over this person. You are daydreaming about them. They're daydreaming about you. I can't get any work done. So yeah, maybe this is really hot. Okay. Maybe this is something that I wasn't expecting, but the magnetic pull is there. Beautiful. I have learning to love each other. How about learning our love language? It was almost a sense of, I want to know everything about you. Ask me any question. I always like the energy of I'm an open book. There's nothing I'm holding back that I don't want to hold back to you because I want you to be as close to me as humanly possible. I have a commitment. This person is looking for somebody that to share their life with, okay? Whether it's a ring, a formal ceremony or not, I want to share my life, and that's something that I think a lot of you are looking for, just that partner in life, that person in life. So I have a feeling it's coming in kind of hot, a little bit heavy. That's okay. Let's see what they're saying. I'm going to say obsessing over each other also. There's a sense of it's not just one-sided. It's not like somebody's totally love bombing you. I feel like we're just totally into each other. So that's very fun. Let's see what we're feeling. I have a Hanged Man. I have a Ten of Swords. I have a Queen of Swords. And I have a World. It came into me as pulling you out of something. So you could feel like you've been like at a standstill, limbo. Nothing is coming in my way. There's nobody on my radar screen that's hot. Trust me, Kathy, give me a break. But this is a feeling of, hey, you know what? Your world can change on a dime. That your feelings about what's going on in your life can change on a dime. What you're thinking about can change on a dime. When Spirit decides that this is the union that they want for you, it's going to happen. So you will go from I have nothing to I have this kind of crazy energy in my life. There's not going to be this smooth transition. There's going to be this all or nothing. It's a sense of I'm either in or I'm out. But I feel like this person pulls you out of something is how it came into me. So maybe other people haven't been able to pull you out of this hangman energy, like we'll see, or I'm just not quite ready for it, or you're not quite what I've been looking for. But this person pulls you out of it. This is the first person that you actually can see potential, that you can see that there is more going on here. Beautiful. I have a Chariot. The first person that you say yes to is how it feels. This is an extra card in this deck. I feel warm. I feel spring energy. I like the doves. I like this kind of, it's almost like a world energy, isn't it? Again, so I have this warm feeling about this person, just simple warmth. I have a Hermit. I'm going to say there's a definite feeling of I pulled you out of this. Maybe nobody else has been able to, or maybe you just haven't met anybody that you want to. You know, it's more, sometimes it's more, I just haven't met anybody that I'm even interested in. I haven't met anybody that I want to even think about a future with, let alone partner with or be obsessed with. But there's something about this particular energy that pulls you away from this hermit energy, pulls you away from this waiting energy, looking for answers or waiting, and starting to think, I could definitely see us together. I could see a future with this person. I'm also passionate about this future. I'm also excited about this future. It's not like I'm like, yeah, this would work. Okay, I'm going to make this work somehow. It's like, no, this is great. This is going to be exciting. So sometimes we go from, we don't know where we are with something, or we just don't know what spirit has for us, to our life changes on a dime, a moment in time, right? Changes everything. And whether it's the moment we meet, whether it's changing, somebody comes into your life and, you know, you start to feel like this is worth it. That this is somebody I want to spend time with. But I think that, yeah, I'm going to go with this moment in time changes everything. I think that feels good. All right, let's keep going, guys. Pisces, I have a shield. I've been hiding. I have been protecting myself. Maybe this hermit energy and this hangman energy has been a way for you to protect yourself. That if I'm not out there looking, if I'm not out there talking to people, then nobody can hurt me. Nobody can reject me. But I just think you haven't found the right one. I don't know if you necessarily were doing it intentionally, but you know, you could have a shield of it's got to be the right one. And I don't blame you. You know, especially as you get older, you just say, you know what, unless you're decent, unless you're somebody worthy of me, I can't be bothered. I'd rather have nothing. I'd rather be alone than be with the wrong person. Tolerance, learning tolerance. Not everybody's going to be perfect. Yeah, of course, I want to be excited about a future. Not everybody is going to be, this is my perfect person. There's going to be something about them that you can't stand. Okay, there is. You know, they leave the toilet seat up, right? You know, the things that they want the toilet paper. What's that thing? Is the toilet paper supposed to go down or up? You know, like whatever the toilet paper roll is supposed to be. We're going to have differences. We're going to like things about somebody. We're going to dislike things about somebody. But in the end, it's somebody I want to be with. It's somebody that I can tolerate those little things in the big picture of life. I have a resolution, face conflicts with courage, finding the key to unlocking understanding. I liked the feeling of the open book. I liked the feeling of that. I give you kind of this open door policy, you know, to get to know me, you know, key to my heart, key to my home. I want you to know who I am. I really feel like I have nothing to hide. I'm releasing the burdens of the past so I can fly free. I think you're both available. I'm going to say it that way. When you ask the question, are you tied to anybody? The answer is going to be no. I haven't been with anybody. I haven't found anybody I want to be with. I've had other relationships, but I'm not connected to anybody right now. So I don't have strings attached. I would use that as a clue. But I think that that's important for you to know today. So I definitely don't have strings attached. So that feels good. Let's get some initials. Let's see. Some of you may have somebody in your mind. First initials, last initials. Let's see if we can get a couple of clues. I have an N, a T, C, A, I, K, I have a Z, W, W. I have an M, an O, a Y, and a U. And I also have some new letters for those of you that have been watching me for a while. I have just added these. I thought these would work because they're first letter, second letter of either a first name or a last name for either you or them. So these are a little bit more accurate. I think they're a little harder to get. So maybe Spirit's really wanting to show you that some of these messages today are for you. I have the letter D, I, J, E, R, Y, J, U, A, M, R, E, F, R. I have a K, I, another K, I. And let's get a couple more. I have an A, N, and I have an E, L. Okay, so those could be definitely connecting you. Spirit, tell me more about this person. I think you're hot. A moment in time. You know, the moment where I saw you, I met you, I'll never forget where we met, how we met, what we talked about, who introduced us or didn't introduce us. However you meet, you're going to have a story. I love movie nights. Maybe that's our first date. Okay, maybe we go for drinks and a movie, something simple, right? Traditional date. Has creative hobbies. That could be you, that could be them. Maybe I like to work with my hands. I have a craft room, or I have a workshop at my house. I have all my stuff, you know, that I like to do. I have at least 1/3 of their body is covered in tattoos. Whoa, so somebody's got some tattoos. I have a pet. Okay, somebody, that felt like a cat. I have a pet. Their first name begins with a vowel. Okay. Communicating their feelings comes easy for them. That's a treat. That feels nice. Is physically active. I feel like I want to add is sensually active, sexually active. So I feel like it's not just like their physical body, but I feel like they are very sexually active, and they're looking for a lover. They're looking for the best lover I've ever had. Feeling is coming in. Has lived in more than one country. That's a good one. Okay, maybe they've moved. Maybe they moved with their family or parents. They met you more than 1 year ago for some of you. Some of you may already know who this person is. And I have has more vowels than consonants in their last name, has a lot of vowels in their last name. They're asking me for one more, okay? And lives in a warmer climate. So they like the heat. They're also saying lives near you also. So this doesn't feel like a long distance relationship. Spirit, tell me more. I can't get enough about you. It's definitely a physically active connection. So that is something that maybe my best lover, my best friend, something like that. I have a justice, commitment. I have a Knight of Pentacles. I have a Six of Cups. And I have a Nine of Swords. It came into me as overcoming fears with finding the right one, or overcoming commitment. They could have struggled with commitment years ago, and maybe that's something that they have either grown out of, I'm hoping, or they're in a different stage in their life. You know, if you said to them, well, how come that relationship ended? And they say, well, I wasn't ready to commit. You know, it might be a red flag for you, but it also could have been 10 years ago, and they weren't in a place in their life where they wanted to commit yet. You know, so age has a lot to do with it. The phase, what phase in life you're at, has a lot to do with it. You know, have you experienced life? Have you sowed your oats? Have you felt like you've, you know, dated for long enough that you kind of know a good thing when you see it? I'm going to say it's more along those lines. So I do have somebody that probably will admit that they have fear of commitment, but it doesn't mean they won't commit, if that makes sense. Spirit, tell me anything else you need me to know. I have an Aquarius. I have a Sagittarius, a Libra. I feel like I'm a free spirit. I kind of like to do my own thing. Probably have been doing my own thing for a while. Somebody who's a bachelor or bachelorette for a while, you know, doesn't really have to report into anybody. Doesn't mean they don't want a relationship, just means they've gotten used to being single. I'm going to say I'm happily single. Yeah, of course I had an ex, but I feel like that door is closed a long time ago. I've been looking for my soulmate. I'm going to go with that. I've been looking for my soulmate. And then I have a Capricorn at the bottom of my deck. I've been looking for my soulmate. So somebody who has probably had other relationships for sure. They just weren't ready to commit in the past to that person. Maybe that they just didn't see themselves spending the rest of their life with that particular person. And now they're just waiting for something better, you know, and that could be you, that could be them. But it is going to come into you very magnetic. It's going to come into you as I can't get enough of you, or we're obsessing over each other. But also at the same time, I think that this person's at a different place in their life, because it's not just a feeling of lover, it's a feeling of lover and best friend. And I think that that's important. I think that, you know, if all they wanted is a lover, then it's, you know, a casual relationship. But if you're going to be their best friend and their partner and their everything, then it's not just physical. That's very important to know. Fate, destiny, the stars are aligning. This is our story. So is this our soulmate? You know, is it simple? Is it relatively simple that right now I just know that we're going to be happy together? I just know that things are going to work out. I also feel like I go from being a free spirit to, I don't know, a moment in time changes everything. That, you know, I'm going along with my life and I seem happy. Everything's pretty good. And then all of a sudden I meet somebody and I go from having nothing to having everything. So I also feel that feels good. It's you I've been looking for. So I am looking for the right one. I definitely am in agreement with that. I hold back because I don't want to be hurt. That could be you. I'm sorry for hurting you. Please forgive me. I've been hurt in the past, and I'm not going to, you know, maybe it's this ex that says, you know, I'm sorry I hurt you. I want you back. And it's like, no, there's not enough sorries in the world for me to take you back. So, but you might know this is out there. You might know that somebody has, you know, regret or has, you know, made a bad mistake. I'm going to go with this. The chemistry is off the charts. That is really the start of everything. Okay. There's an incredible magnetic pull right from the beginning. Probably something you've never felt before. That may scare you a little bit, but at the same time, I'm hoping that it's exciting. I'm hoping that you're totally into it, because they're saying, oh, I will be calling you soon. I love this. So yeah, I mean, is it okay to have great chemistry with somebody? Absolutely. How much fun is that, right? You want to be attracted to somebody. I think that's good. It's all good. Let's put this out into the universe. Let's ask Spirit to guide you this kind of love now. This is hot. I want to thank Spirit for this reading today. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button. please join us. I would love for you to join us. Thank you for your comments, everybody. If anybody would like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website at kathymamolenpsychicmedium.com. Also, I have 2 other YouTube channels you may be interested in, and the links to those are in the description below. We'll see you all again, Pisces, in another reading real soon.